Today, I'm going to be talking about this guy, that guy. Well, not just him per se, like the movie that he's in. Zootopia. So, I got the chance to see Zootopia just recently. It took me a couple days to make the video, but I'm here, I'm ready, let's talk about it. So, Zootopia is the story of a little rabbit named Judy Hopps who always dreamed of being a police officer. But people tell her that she can't do it because she's just a little bunny and there's never been another bunny cop before. So, against the odds, she follows her dream and she becomes a police officer and she's in Zootopia. That's where she stations, where she gets the best job ever of becoming
parking duty.
Sir, I'm not just some token bunny.
So while she's doing this job, she catches wind that there are certain animals that are only predators that are being kidnapped and they're disappearing all over Zootopia. Now, a little backstory is that Zootopia is kind of like an evolved form of a regular society of animals. It's like the ecosystem has evolved to the point where prey and predator are now living peacefully together in Zootopia. So she catches wind that these predators are disappearing and Judy Hopps decides to take on the case, and her boss, who's played by Idris Elba, Chief Pogo, is giving her the assignment to solve the case in 48 hours or she's done. Along the way she meets Nick Wilde and this basically becomes like a sort of crime thriller noir film. Make no mistake, from the commercials it does look like a regular run-of-the-mill Disney movie with talking furry animals. We have seen it before in Robin Hood, Finding Nemo. We've seen it done before, done to death probably. And this is what I thought when I first saw the first few trailers. Yes, the Sloth trailer with Flash, 100-yard dash is funny. That's why I got him. But this movie gets deep really quick. Really quick.
0 to 100 real quick.
So the movie starts off playing itself like the cute, fluffy Disney movie. They even fall into the same trope of, oh, a little baby version of the character you're gonna one day meet to be the person that they are. But then they get to Zootopia and it pretty much brings on this crime drama noir film that takes itself very, very seriously. It doesn't pander to children. It is definitely geared towards the adults and the children. Children will love it because the movie has furry animals and it's colorful and the animation is incredible. Once you see Zootopia, you're going to be blown away by the animation. It is on Pixar level excellent. Like, this whole thing is well thought out and the world building is very, very great. The movie is just an excellent blend of, well, not just the movie, the screenplay. The screenplay is just an excellent blend of wit, it has humor, it has heart. There are parts that'll make you cry, there are parts that'll make you laugh really, really hard. This movie all by itself is just an all-around knockout of the park. And it's all done on the back of its two leads, Judy Hopps, played by Jennifer Goodwin, and Nick Wilde, played by the awesome Jason Bateman. And these two chemistry together is just one of the best duos that I've ever seen in any Disney movie ever. Just the way that they bounce off of each other, like the jokes that they say, just kind of the little quirks that they both have. They really play each other very well, where you have Judy Hopps being the super optimistic person who's ready for anything and ready to take on anything. Now, I was afraid that that would get a little annoying, like with some characters, but this, no, Jennifer Goodwin, you did that very well. I'm not really too keen on your character in Once Upon a Time. Like, I really don't care for Snow White. But Judy Hopps, as soon as like the first 5 minutes you were on screen, I was on your team. Nick Wilde has become my favorite Disney character of all time. For the longest time, it was Hercules. But Nick Wilde, he is just the perfect foil for Judy Hopps. He is the co-lead and he is just... Jason Bateman is just knocking it out of the park. He has that dry signature wit of his, that humor that we all loved on Arrested Development, Horrible Bosses. He brings that to the character of Nick while also adding a level of vulnerability and this kind of like hardened persona of the Sly Fox. And he plays up the Sly Fox persona to a T. Everything you expect a fox to do, that's what he does, and then some. And he layers his character with a lot. And I'm just talking because I really love the character so much, and as soon as I can find one, a pop of Nick Wilde. I swear to God, he's my spirit animal, and that's what I'm gonna get. We have a bunch of other characters played by a bunch of different actors. As I mentioned before, Chief Pogo, the chief who's a buffalo. I think he's a wildebeest or a buffalo. I really can't tell the difference, so please don't judge me. If anyone can correct me, please let me know. But we have Chief Pogo or Chief Bogo. Pogo or Bogo, they're both clowns. But Chief Bogo is played by Idris Elba, and Idris Elba also knocks it out of the park with his voice work in this movie. He's a supporting character, but he does play up the role of the angry chief. You know, that angry chief we see in almost every cop movie, but he plays it to a T, and it's not too hammy. It's just right for this movie. Now, there are a lot of characters in this movie, but they don't really take away from the movie. Everybody comes in to serve their purpose. They're not really big, but they're essential to the plot, and they do their thing and they move along, but they do it in a way that's still memorable, and they do it in a way where it's not too in your face. And that's where the bad comes in. And the only bad thing I have to say about this movie is Shakira. While everyone else has their one little role where it's just there, they say something funny, you remember it, it's quotable, they get out the door, and that's them building the world. There's one character named Gazelle or Giselle. She is exactly how it sounds. She's a gazelle, and she's played by Shakira. The movie didn't need her that much. Yes, Gazelle is just basically only there to sell the song of the movie, and it's trying to be the very next Let It Go, so to speak. But I don't think it's really going to catch on. Like, the song is catchy. It's very catchy, but it's not that type of song I would like to hear in my car while I'm, driving to work or anything like that. Like, I have a lot of Disney songs that I would listen to on the car. That's just not one of them. And she's just kind of there, and it's like, oh, hey, Gazelle, you're here again. That's great. That's great. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. I mean, the song's cool. As I said before, this movie gets really deep really fast.
We go 0 to 100 real quick.
This movie is more political than anything. You know, it's a movie about discrimination. It's a movie about racism. Or is it racism? I guess there are animal races, right? But anyway, I'm gonna just call it what it is. Its basic themes is racism and discrimination in the workplace as well as in society. And the movie does itself very well by talking about these type of things and bringing up this message without seeming a little too preachy. The movie does this in a way where it sets up this world and it pretty much gives us this thing without seeming a little too preachy. And that's what I was afraid of. When I first heard, one of the first comments that it was like racial humor and all this type of things, I just kind of thought, well, I hope they don't go too far with this. Nope, they kept it at the level that it needed to be, and the message hits hard. There were a couple times I went to see the movie with my best friend, and there were a couple times where we would look at each other and go, this movie just got real. Say something else. This movie is too real. This movie gets real really fast.
We go 0 to 100 real quick.
I keep saying that, but I cannot stress that enough, that this movie is something that kids will ask their parents about. And it's a great opportunity for the parents to have that talk or not, just depending if you think your child is old enough or not. But like I said, there's plenty of things for the kids to enjoy. There's a lot of things for the adults to enjoy. So I highly suggest that if you're a parent, you take your kids to go see this, because you will not have a bad time at the theater. This movie has been fantastic. There was one gripe that I really had with it. I'm gonna probably have to see it a couple more times to see anything else, but for right now, this movie gets an A in my book. Honestly, I don't say this a lot, but I'm actually excited for a sequel. Like, if they make a sequel, I will be excited for where these characters go next, and to see some new characters even, because every character hit on the dot. Even that scene with the Flash, the sloth that was in the DMV, even that hit. There's a lot more to that scene that you really don't know. So go out, go see this movie. It's a good time at the theater. If you guys want me to talk about anything else, that's me, Julian Green. Just follow me on Twitter, Instagram. My name is Straw Hat Goofy. If you guys want me to talk about anything else, just let me know on Facebook, let me know on Instagram, any other social media. So until then, I'm Julian, I'm out.